Hello students, welcome once again. Today I am going to start chapter number 28 from your model studies. And the name of the chapter is Stealing is a very bad habit. So from this chapter we are going to learn about the bad effect of stealing. Okay. So along with this we are going to learn what a person, the type of punishment a person will face if he or she steals. Okay. So it is known to us stealing is a very bad habit. It is very bad to steal. So what does stealing means? First of all we have to understand what does stealing means. Stealing means to take what belongs to other without permission, or to keep things which others have lost. Okay, so now stealing is what the meaning of stealing. The meaning of stealing is clear to you. So again I am repeating, stealing means to keep things which others have lost, or stealing means to take the things of others without permissions. Okay, so a little children may take the belongings, a little children may take the things of others because he doesn't know the difference in borrowing, and also the concept of personal ownership is not clear to their mind. Okay, so from this we have come to know that a little children may take the belongings, may take the things of others because the concept of stealing or the concept of borrowing or the concept of personal ownership is not clear to their mind. So a children also may take the things of others because they are deprived of the things which others have. Okay, so in this case what we have to do? In this case we are the one, so we have to make them conscious. We have to make them learn about the impact of stealing. So we have to make them learn about the punishment one will face if he or she steals. We have to make them conscious about Almighty Allah, so that they can prevent themselves from taking any of the belonging of others. Okay, so the article in a supermarket or store do not belong to us unless we buy them. So what does it mean? It means what? So first of all we have to understand the meaning of supermarket. So supermarket is a what? Self service shop which provide us with all the necessity items. So most of the time you also used to visit the supermarket like Vishal Mega Mart or City Life. You used to visit there. So when you visit there, when you go there, you find lots of things which are arranged in an order. Okay, so from that things you cannot take any of the things. You will not touch any of the things which you do not intend to buy. So you have to keep those things which you are going to buy. That means what? These things doesn't belong to you. If you want to have these things, you have to pay money for it. That means you have to buy the things. Okay, so next you see the book and stationery at the shop doesn't belong to us unless we buy them. So most of us, so what does stationery means? Stationery means what? Writing paper, the paper which we use for writing, or an envelope, or the things which are required to write to study. Okay, so the books and stationery at a shop doesn't belong to us. What does it mean? It means what? So when we go to library, we can find there are lots of things. So these things doesn't belong to us. We cannot take any of the thing without paying money. So if you want to have these things, you have to pay money for it. Without paying money, you cannot take any of the things with you. Okay, so next you see the pencil, crayons, erasers, sharpener, sum of money, etc. of a friend in the class belong to him and not to you. That means it happens that most of the time your friend those when they used to come to school, they bring new pencil with them, they bring sharpener with them, they bring eraser with them, they bring sometimes money with them. So these things doesn't belong to us, these things belongs to them. That is why we are not to keep their things with us. So sometimes it happens while writing and if a new pencil falls down, sometimes what the student or the children who is sitting next to them, they used to try to have it. In some of the cases these things may happen. Okay, so in that case we are not to hide the things of others to have it. Why? Because at that point might be no one sees us, but Almighty Allah used to watch us. That is why we may hide it from the people who is sitting next to us, who are sitting close to us, but we cannot hide it from Almighty Allah. That is why we are not to hide any of the belongings of others in order to have it. Okay, so the next you can see cakes, bars of chocolates, ice cream cones, soft drinks at the school canteen do not belong to you unless you buy them. So during recess time most of you feel hungry. During recess time, during break hour, most of you feel hungry. Some of you have tiffin which you used to bring from your home, and some of you go to the nearby shop. So the items, the stuff which are there at the shop doesn't belong to us unless we buy them. That means without buying them, we cannot have all these things. If you want to have these things, you must have to pay money for it. You must have to buy it. Okay, so if you take any of the things without permission, so this is a kind of what? Stealing. So if you really want something, then you have to ask your parent. So if you want something, you have to ask your parents. If they find it necessary to you, then they will provide it to you. If they didn't find it necessary, they will not provide it. But we are not to take any of the things which does not belongs to us. Okay, next you can see we should return the book borrowed from a school library in time. We should return the book borrowed from a library or a friend in time. We cannot keep them forever because they do not belong to us. So that means what? Suppose you are sitting in a classroom and while writing, your teacher has given you something to note down. Okay, so while writing, your pencil is not working, or your pen is not working, or you forget to bring eraser with you. Okay, you forget to bring eraser with you. So in that case, so as the item is the things which you are not having is really essential for you at this moment, so in that case you can borrow, you can ask a pencil, you can ask eraser, you can ask pen from your friends who are sitting next to you. But right after completing your work, right after the work is done, you have to return it to your friends. Okay, so next you can see sometimes we borrow book from the library. Okay, so to borrow book from the library, you should have library card. Okay, so by the use of library card, we can borrow book from the library. Okay, so when you show your card to the librarian, he will note down everything on the register. Okay, that means when you are taking this book and when you are to return, that means they will give you around 15 days or 20 days, okay, to read the book and to return the book. So after reading the book, after utilizing the book, you have to return the book in time. And after having the books, you are not to write anything on the book, you are not to mark anything. Okay, you are not to mark the book, you are not to write anything on the book, and even you are not to write your name on the book, you are not to fold the pages of the book. This comes under bad habit. Because why you are not to mark, you are not to write the name, you are not to write your name, you are not to underline the, why? Because this book doesn't belong to us. This book doesn't belong to you. That is why you are not to mark, you are not to write your name, you are not to underline. Okay, so you are not to do anything with the book. Simply you have to read the book nicely, you have to keep it in a good position, then you have to return the book in time. Okay, the same way, if you ask book from your friends, if you ask copy from your friends, you cannot mark it, you cannot write your name on it, you cannot spoil the pages in it. So you have to return the book or the copy to your friend in time and in good condition. Okay, same cases. Next you see, so copying in an examination is also a form of stealing. Copying in an examination is also a form of stealing. So you should never try to copy in exam, because if you keep on copying, then it will turn into habit, and when it will turn into habit, it will become very difficult for you to get rid of these kinds of habits. Okay, get rid of these habits. Okay, so that is why you are not to copy in exams. So before coming to exam, you used to get plenty of time. During that time you have to so before coming to exam, you used to get plenty of time, and you have to utilize the time properly. You have to prepare for everything, you have to get ready for everything, you have to memorize each and everything which is there in your syllabus. Then you have to come to exam, and after coming to exam, if you do not know any answer, you just leave it, don't write it. Okay, so the next time when you will come to exam, it will help you to memorize, it will help you to revise each and everything which is there in your syllabus, which is there in your course. But if at the same time, if you ask it from someone else, the next time you will be like, okay, no problem. Next time you will think that you will not read properly, and you will think that if I forget, I will seek help from my friends who are sitting next to you. But every time you will not get this kind of opportunity. That is why you are not to copy in exam. Copying in an examination is also a kind of stealing, because the answer which you are going to write is not yours. It's from, you are taking from someone else. So that is why it is also a kind of stealing. Okay. So it is right for us to want to have enough to eat and enough to wear by right means, not by cheating or stealing others, because it is criminal and sinful to obtain things by cheating or stealing others. Okay. So next you see, the Holy Quran lays down a very severe, a very dangerous punishment for those who steal. So according to the Holy Quran, a hand of a thief may be chopped off, whether he may be a boy or a girl. For both of them, if he is a boy or if she is a girl, both of them the punishment is same. If anybody steals, their hand must be cut off. We may think that the punishment is very cruel, but actually it is not. Why? Because Allah is merciful. He wants all of us to have enough to eat and enough to wear by right means. Okay, so He didn't want our things to be robbed, or He didn't want our things to be robbed. That is why He set such kind of punishment in the Holy Quran, so that due to the fear of punishment, people inhibit themselves from taking the belongings of others. So those who feel pity for those who think the punishment is cruel, they are actually feeling pity for the robber, not for the person whose hard-earned earnings are robbed. So that means those who think that the punishment is cruel, actually they are feeling pity for the robbers, not for the person whose things are robbed. So it is nowadays at present, it is very difficult to earn something, and when these things are robbed, when these things are taken away by someone else forcefully or by cheating, so we have to understand what kind of hardship they goes through during that time. Okay, so you will learn about this in detail later. So now what will happen? So why the punishment is like this? The punishment is like this because if the punishment is a tough one, then people will not dare to to take, not there to cheat others. That is why you have seen in Islamic countries like Saudi Arabia or Malaysia, where the numbers of crimes are comparatively less, okay, as compared to other countries. Why? Because they punish them according to the rules of the Holy Quran. Okay, so you will learn about this in detail later. Now what will happen if everyone live according to the Holy Quran? So if we people start living according to the Holy Quran, then nobody will cheat. There will be no more cheating or stealing. Nobody will cheat others. Nobody will take the belongings of others forcefully or by cheating, and this world will become a beautiful place to live in, and this world will become a wonderful place to live in. So before taking the things of others, we must have to keep in mind our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam warned us and says, whoever claims something that doesn't belong to him is not one of us. Okay, so again I am repeating, our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, before taking the things of others, before taking the belonging of others, we must have to keep in mind that our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam warned us and says, whoever claims something that does not belong to him is not one of us. So hope you understood. If you have any problem regarding the chapter, you may call me at night from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Thank you.